So this video is gonna be about momentum, okay? So sometimes I would feel like I can really get things done. I can really get things done. But other times I wouldn't feel that way. Now why is that? Why is that sometimes I would feel like I can get things done? Other times I would feel like I couldn't get things done. And there is the personally for me the it all came down to momentum. So here's the thing: some people, what some people do is they would just do the main thing. They would just decide that they need to get the one thing done. Like here's what I used to do. I'm not gonna talk about some people. I'm gonna talk about how I used to approach these things. I would tell myself that, oh, I need to get this thing done, and that's it. That's all I would do. That's all I would do, alright? I would do nothing else. And the problem with this is I couldn't really get anything done for myself for some weird reason. I just didn't feel like it. Now here's what I do now. Now keep in mind that the new method that I use for working isn't perfect at all. It has its own pitfall that I'm gonna talk about later in the video. But I just wanna say that. Okay. Here's what I do now. I would really focus on getting in motion and just getting something, like just getting in motion, and usually what I do is I'll just take a whiteboard or something, and I'll just start throwing ideas on the whiteboard. I'll just write what I need to get done. I need to do this and that, yada yada yada. I would do that. And then what happens is that I would really try to get things done. I'll write things down on the whiteboard, like a bunch of things, like stuff which is related to the stuff that I need to get done, some unrelated stuff, and other etc. Ideas and shit. I write everything down, right? And then I'll just pick which one of these I want to do. Now sometimes I would just do the thing, like I would stick to get the most important thing done. Like I would tell myself, oh, this is the most important task, so you need to get this done, then I guess we can do other stuff. But sometimes I wouldn't do that and I have been trying to stay away from this second strategy, which I like. What the second strategy is, I would just, I'm not, this strategy isn't entirely bad. It can work and it does help when you do it correctly, but I feel like putting all your focus into doing the main thing after, it's like, imagine a ball, right? A ball stuck to the wrecking, I don't know how to explain. Imagine a ball stuck to your top of a wall, right? There's a ball. The ball has a rope or something attached to it, and the other end of the rope is attached to the ceiling, right? Now it's imagine your most important task is intimidating or something. Your most important task or any task is gonna seem intimidating, and you're not gonna want to do it because you're not in motion, right? You're just this ball stationary, and you're not moving at all. You don't have any momentum to you. Now let's just say you going on to your whiteboard and writing all the ideas down, writing all the stuff that you want to get done, that you need to get done down, is equivalent of that ball, that ball that is attached to the ceiling, getting in motion. It's not just not a lot of motion, but still a little bit of motion. It's starting to act up, right? It's getting a little bit to the right, and then it's coming back. Then you write even more on the whiteboard, it's getting more momentum, and then you finally decide we need to get done. And then you like start thinking about the thing that you need to get done. Then you just like kind of, instead of like here's what I also here's another tip. Instead of like telling yourself that, oh yeah, I need to get this thing done, just kind of like start thinking about it. And then just look for any ways where like find, like if the task is a little intimidating, of course sometimes you're gonna have to force yourself and stuff, but a lot of time if you just kind of like find a way, like imagine if you need to make a drawing or something, you like make a drawing, you need to like finish your art project or something. Just staring at the picture can help you. Like you might not do anything, but like you should just like you staring at your picture, it's gonna help you a lot. Like it, the chances of you, I feel like it's gonna increase the chances of you actually starting to paint. But don't go in with the expectation that, oh, you're gonna have to like watch the do the painting. Just go with like no expectation, nothing. Just like stare at the painting and just kind of like. Of course, it might not work for you, but like usually I have found that it does work for me. Whenever I just find like a way of to like whenever I find like a way to just get started with things. Anyways, so then you find like start like you're down like you need to get your artwork done. You're staring at the thing, and then you're like even in more you're in more motion, and then you just impulsively like start doing the thing. Now the key to make this work is like like you need to have some sort of like an amount of like impulsivity to it. Like it really make it like it like of course like, and take it with a grain of salt. Like when you're impulsive, you can also just do the wrong thing. Like imagine you have all this motion that you have built up, and then you're like then you don't have a marker or like a pencil, and then you gotta like go, then you're like there's like no like shop nearby for a marker or whatever, and you don't have any left at your home. So then you're like, oh well, so then instead of like using something else, you're just gonna like you maybe like ask your sister or something for like for something. You just decide to go fuck like spend like an hour walking to the nearest shop, and then you wasted an hour. So like, and of course like this, so like be careful with impulsive. Like when you're in motion, when you have like a lot of energy in you, when you're like in motion, you can just waste time on like useless stuff, like going to the shop in which is like an hour away from you, instead of just looking for something else to draw with, or like asking your sister for something. So kind of be careful of that. And of course sometimes it makes sense to like do the other task of going to the shop, which is an hour away from you. Like sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. So like you gotta be careful. Like sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. So like you just gotta like get good at like deciding when it makes sense and when it doesn't make sense, right? So you get in motion, you have everything, you kind of have everything set up, right? And you just like start doing it. So that is what the momentum video is about. Now, what are the common pitfalls for this thing? I have already like mentioned one. And when you're like done with the one thing, that your most important task or whatever, just go back. I personally just go back to the whiteboard, and like either I will like write down more stuff, or I will just pick from the one that, or I'll just pick from the one that I had wrote earlier. I had written down on the whiteboard earlier, so I'll just pick from that, and then I'll just kind of like repeat the process. And sometimes I would need to go do the thing of like I mentioned earlier how I would like not that I'm not the exact example didn't happen, but I'm just I'm saying it to get a point across. So yeah, during all of this I would also get I have a lot of momentum, so I would just do a lot of stupid stuff as well. Like I would just go spend an hour walking to a shop to get something which isn't really like necessary. Like I can go buy the thing later on, but like since I'm in momentum, I just get it. Anyway, sometimes it's fine to get it, do that thing, because at times you're not gonna have sometimes when you're in motion, when you have momentum build up, you just want to get things done. And if you don't have anything to do or get done, the momentum can like kill itself. Like it can like just gets wasted. So if you don't have anything done, you don't know what to do, maybe you can go to the shop nearby and you can like think what you need to get done when you're on your way to the shop. And then maybe when you're coming back, you might have things sorted out. But like, be careful. Like I'm really telling you, when you're like when you have momentum build up, you're sort of like thinking from your short fast brain, and you're like just trying to like get things done, which isn't bad if you, but the thing is, you should need to learn to direct it, right? There isn't like a wrong or right way to do it, but like, you just need to like learn to direct this momentum into the right direction, like get the right things done. Like don't like spend on getting useless stuff done. Really try to get important stuff done. That's why I mentioned earlier how I was I would spend a lot of time on useless stuff. Now I really try to be a bit picky about what I need to get done, and really try to like push myself in the direction of getting things done instead of just like picking anything. And of course, you need to like have like you just can't have like one important stuff. Like at least I found that having a variety of important stuff helps. Like for example, like you have task one important task. You have one important task. You have two important and three important. You can pick from any three of these which you want to get done. So that helps. Like if you but if you need to get like a very specific task done, you also can like just for sort of like force yourself. So like it's the skill that you gotta learn. All right. And yeah, so I usually get done with it and just move on to the next thing. And I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, I was talking about pitfalls and stuff. So like I had mentioned the before earlier how you can just get, when you're in motion, you're not really thinking, you're just thinking with your fast brain, and you're just trying to like get things done, and that can just make you just do stupid stuff which doesn't really require, you shouldn't do, and you should like you can you just like put all your energy and stuff into areas where you shouldn't be. Like you can go to the shop nearby to get a pen that you don't really need, like you just like bro use for something else, like, but you're in motion, you don't really think, and sometimes it makes sense to go buy the thing, but like sometimes it doesn't. I'm really like gonna put some emphasis on the fact that sometimes it makes sense but sometimes it doesn't. But you just have to learn to you have to figure out when it makes sense to go and when it doesn't make sense. So it's a skill of it in and of itself, and it's gonna sound intimidating, but just don't think, just try to like just do what I said earlier, like write down a bunch of things that you need to get done, and then just start. You know what I mean? Like just do that. And pitfalls number one, that you can just get it not use the stuff done. And another one is a lot of time what you do is like, sometimes what you do, like you like work on your thing, and then you would like do some other secondary activity, and sometimes that's this and okay, wait, I have also another one. Sometimes you can just also get lost in things. So for example, let's say you need to go on YouTube for some sort of thing, like maybe you need a YouTube video, like maybe you need to like search up a thing, and then maybe when that thing is you're looking at that thing, you're like watching, you need to watch like a tutorial or something, or right. So then you can just watch the tutorial, and then slowly you like go on recommendation, and then you can kind of like just get lost in it. But then you would tell yourself that, oh no, I need to watch the video. Then you'll watch the video for like 5 seconds, then you'll go back to scrolling for like 15 seconds, then you'll like go back to watching the video for like 2 seconds, then you'll go back to like scrolling for like 20 seconds. So like it's like this mixture of like, some you would do good, then a lot of bad, good, a lot of bad, like this habit. So like when you're in momentum, you can get this, when you're like, you can get lost in the secondary activity. Like this was like a kind of like a separate example, and the previous one that I was like talking about earlier was more like, you have to do something, then you do it for a while, you may make significant amount of progress to completing it or not. Then you'll like do the secondary activity to relax, like maybe you'll go for a walk, maybe you'll like decide to like watch a YouTube video, maybe you'll like listen to a music or something. And then sometimes you can just go back to your original thing that the previous thing that you were working on, the main thing that you were working on. But sometimes you can get lost in the music and stuff, and sometimes you just like, and the thing is, like, getting lost can sometimes help, because you are saying it's giving you idea what you need to get done, but like sometimes it can just like slip into procrastination. Like, it starts off as like I'm getting ideas, and then you just kind of like start to slip into this procrastination, and then you regret it. Like, it slowly turns from like getting ideas to like just wasting your time, wasting like 4 hours or something. And another version of this is like, you like do the thing, you like go on your YouTube for like 15 minutes. Okay, I was talking about the other pitfall that people can fall into. So you will do your work for however long, like 15-20 minutes, or like maybe an hour or two, and you like you might make some significant progress, and you might not. Then you'll like go on YouTube for like 15 minutes. You'll go back to your work for like I don't know, maybe you could just go back to your work as much as you did earlier, or you could just do a little bit and just go back to YouTube for like 15 more minutes. Then you'll go to your work for like 5-10 minutes or something, and then you'll go back to YouTube for like 15 minutes. And the fact that the time that you wasted on YouTube, like these 15 minutes, are like they like really add up. And the fact is that the more you like do this, the more the 15 minutes turn from 15 to like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, or like like 30 minutes with like 5-second breaks on the main YouTube thing, on your like main YouTube. Like you would waste your 30 minutes on YouTube, but you wouldn't like waste it entirely. Like you would like every in between these 15 minutes, you would like go to like watch a productive YouTube video, or like do something productive for like 5 seconds. Then you like go back to wasting your time. Then like you'll watch like a good video for like 15 minutes or something. Basically what I'm trying to say is that you will do some sort of activity which is like productive, but then you'll slowly like, or maybe this is just like, there's a different variation of it. Like sometimes you just do your work, and then you kind of like slip into this, I'll just watch YouTube for like 15 minutes, but then you kind of like just waste a lot of time on YouTube, but you just don't realize it. It's like the work and YouTube is mixed up. But like a lot of time what happens is that you will waste 30 minutes on YouTube, but like you don't feel it, because in between the 30 minutes you like watch productive YouTube videos, like complete a task or something. And that these like small short like productive things really kind of justify all of the other things, if that makes sense. Like it gives you this illusion that you're being productive, but you're really not. You're just like, it's just this weird like thing where you're trying to be productive, but you're just like wasting your time. But like you're just doing some good work in between, which is kind of like making you feel like you're being productive. So that can happen. So like you'll do your work, then you'll go on YouTube, then you'll come back to your work, then you'll go on for YouTube for longer, and this time your work was shorter. Then you'll go back to like YouTube again. Like you get what I'm trying to say. Like you would like do your work, but you would watch YouTube way more than the main thing. And this is just not for YouTube, this is for everything. I'm just using the YouTube as an example because it's just what this is how it goes for me, but not like exactly how it goes, but like you get the gist of it, right? So, and I also feel like everyone would relate to it, because YouTube is like a bigger problem than we realize. But like you can just learn. You just have to learn how to use YouTube, and you should learn, and you're gonna be good. Now, solution for this is just really try to be aware of it, and kind of like force yourself to do things, like do your work. Like tell yourself that I need to get this thing done as fast as possible, and then I can waste my as much time as I want. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I gave any solution for this video in this video. I sort of did, but this video was mainly focused on momentum. I talked about this YouTube thing where you waste 15 minutes. Like these, like I dabble into other topics because I guess it it made sense, but like I don't want to go in deep into them. But like the main thing is just you just kind of like pick a main goal, then you try to like build momentum towards it, like by like going on your whiteboard, write down what you need to get done, then just picking something that you like, but which is also like sort of which also is but like just make sure that the momentum that you're building towards, the thing that you're building towards, all this momentum too, should it is a valuable, like remember the ball example, how I told you that you're building the momentum for the ball, and then imagine if that ball kind of crashed into something important, and then when I say crash, if like it it's like with all its momentum and force, it went towards the thing, and then it would break it. Now breaking the thing would be like finishing the task for us, like. So yeah, you try to like make sure that your momentum is being directed towards the right thing, and yeah, that's just it. And that's just what I had to say, I guess. Make sure that you don't like waste time on useless stuff. Sometimes you might need to. Sometimes it makes sense because it keeps the momentum going, and you don't have anything to do. So when you go for a walk or go to buy something, it'll like give you enough time to like figure out what you need to get. But like sometimes you can just really get lost in it. The problem is that you can just, if you're not careful, you'll like slip into it and you'll just get lost. So you have to be like careful about that. That's just it. And that's just what I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm really thinking if I have any more like things to add. And like really focus on having like a main thing that you need to get done, and kind of like keep your focus towards that thing, even if you are not doing it. Like you've taken a break or something. Maybe you're like relaxing, going for a walk or whatever. But, like really keep on thinking about the thing. Like tell yourself that, oh, I'm not gonna do anything else until the thing is done. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. Anyways, yeah, bye. You can get over the feeling that I've like left something. And I probably have. I wasn't like very well prepared, but like I hope this doesn't like bother anyone if someone's watching. So, and yeah, thank you if anyone's watching. And I might make a full topic about this YouTube. Like you go for 15 minutes to do the work, then you like waste a lot longer on YouTube. Like I'll make a separate topic. I might make a separate topic about it and like go in depth on like potential solution. I don't have this thing figured out, but I guess I have a little bit of important detail on it that could help you. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. Anyways, yeah, bye. Hopefully this is good for you. Wish you well, and I hope this you liked the video, and I hope you found it helpful. If you don't, it's fine. If you did, that's also fine, and thank you. So yeah, bye. Wish you well. Hope you have a nice day. Bye. I'm back because I wanted to like add this detail. The detail is that these things can work, and this, like you can use YouTube and music, and they can be quite relaxing. You can go for a walk or whatever in between your, but the thing is that you can just really slip. And if I like try to like have a habit in like for relaxation, which doesn't like which doesn't run the risk of you just wasting your time, but if you have to, learning the skill of not slipping into like wasting 2 or 3 hours in your on your in your slip is the most important thing. And the thing is, like, sometimes people can like use like, this is not like for like any complex this is, I'm just talking in general. Like sometimes you can go on YouTube and you can like waste your 3 or 4 hours on YouTube. And I guess what you have to do is like learn to not slip. Sometimes you can spend like a little amount of time on YouTube and you just come back, but on average you do spend a lot longer on YouTube. And some days when you slip, you like really slip for like a lot longer. What I'm trying to say is like learn to not slip into like YouTube algorithms. You're not gonna be perfect, and you have to learn. It's a skill, and you're gonna fail. So you just have to try. And another good example, another tip that could help you is like really go through your head. Like whenever you feel like, oh yeah, I wasted so much time on YouTube, just play the whole thing. Like try to remember what happened. Like play back how this thing went down. Like you went on to YouTube, then you decided like watch a YouTube short, then you like started to scroll and whatever, and then how did like it end up? Like, what was your why were you in the YouTube in the first place? When did like things start to move in the direction of you wasting your time? The thing is like on YouTube and on the and all of these other addictive algorithms, they don't like make you feel like it's not like that you just click on one thing and then you're like in this brain dead position of where you're like scrolling for like 3 hours. It's more like you like it's like more like a direction thing. Like you will like be lured by a YouTube short. Like it would catch your attention, it would intrigue you, and then you like click on it, like out of habit and like because you have just learned to, and then you like click scroll, and then you'll find another one, and then you find another one, and then now that you are in this loop, you feel bad about it, so you need something to cope sometimes. So you just keep on going. So like so like play the tape back to what happened, learn that. Another thing is like if you catch yourself being in one of these loops, just try to like impulsively like stop doing it and do something else. You know what I mean? Like just impulsively, don't even feel bad about it, just do something and get tell yourself that you need to get this other thing done, and then like tell yourself that you'll feel bad later on, like you feel guilt for like spending time on YouTube later. Firstly get this important thing done, and then you do that. And as I said earlier, doing the thing of like playing the whole what happened back. You might not remember everything from for like word to word, for like step to step, but like just play back what you remember and just try to like find ways where you could have improved, not like fallen for the algorithms. Also like software and stuff can help you, where you like like screens and stuff like this can help you, but like I feel like the answer is in the combination of these things, like using your software to like control your habit, but like also building yourself up, like um, learning that, telling yourself like how to like not like how to catch yourself, how to like what you need to do, and if you catch yourself being on YouTube, what you need to do if you constantly find yourself just slipping in, like if you constantly find slipping and you can do anything about it, you feel like you can do anything about it, then just like play the scenario in your head and then figure out what happens, what goes down, and try to like find the place where you can improve on. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to add. So yeah, bye. Hopefully I feel like I'll come back to it and have something more to say, but hopefully I don't, because I don't want to make this video long, and I feel like I've already like said a lot of stuff. So yeah, bye. Like you never know, I might come back, but like I hopefully don't. Oh yeah.